Hi, I'm Arglefumph with another cooking video. Sorry, this one is mostly going to be pictures instead of being an actual video. It's chocolate mint softies from Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder. So the first Hannah Swenson book. It's been on my to-do list ever since 2018. You take 2 ounces of unsweetened baking chocolate, and you're supposed to melt it in the microwave for 90 seconds. This is all that happened after 90 seconds. And so I gave it like an extra 30 seconds, and you kind of got a little bump in the middle there. But it turns out it's fine. All you have to do is just spread it around with a spoon, and then it melts perfectly. So that's going to be your chocolate sauce for these chocolate mint cookies. The rest of the recipe is really long, surprisingly long considering that it's basically just add all the ingredients together. So, you want to have 1 stick of butter, and we're going to mix that with 2/3 a cup of brown sugar. Just going to put that together in the mixer, and you're also going to add a 1/3 cup of white sugar. So the 2 sugars and the butter, they go together, and they get mixed. And mixed, and mixed, and mix some more. Next, you have a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Yeah, mix that together. Mix, 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 mix. And I noticed the butter really didn't get into the rest of the mixture. It's kind of big and chunky. So the next step was adding a large egg, and I decided to cut the butter. At this point, I cut it into smaller pieces so it mixed thoroughly, and here's a little bit of video of the butter and egg being mixed. Oh yeah, video footage. Fun time, everybody, huh? So at this point, I kind of messed up from the recipe. It's okay, it didn't make a difference. But I did things out of order. You're supposed to add the extracts immediately after adding the egg. So, a 1/2 teaspoon of chocolate extract and a teaspoon of peppermint extract. I couldn't find chocolate extract anywhere. I looked in multiple stores. Couldn't find it, so I used vanilla instead. Finding the peppermint extract was hard enough. I mean, it's a good recipe. I like it, but I have 0 other recipes that require peppermint. So it's basically only going to be used on this recipe. Don't like it when that happens. Oh, and I should say, when something gets mixed, the recipe means you're going to mix it for like a minute on medium. That seems to be the case with every single time an ingredient gets mixed in this particular recipe. And it often says you need to scrape the bowl in between every single ingredient. Yeah, that's what the recipe says. Okay, so I did mess up by adding the extracts late. You're supposed to add them after the egg, before the chocolate, before the melted chocolate. I added them after the egg and after the chocolate. Did that make a difference? No, the recipe ended up the exact same. It tasted just fine. There was really no difference in adding the extract after the chocolate. So, no big deal if you added a little bit late, like I did. Yep, it's really hard to scrape the melted chocolate out, by the way. Super duper hard. Really impossible. Yeah, and very, very messy as well. It did give the batter a nice chocolatey color. Then you add a cup of flour. You mix it all up. You add sour cream. The recipe calls for 3/4 a cup of sour cream. I just added all the sour cream I could find. I wonder if the sour cream is what makes these soft cookies, makes them very soft. That's gotta be it, right? Because that's the only, really strange ingredient with the cookies, besides for maybe the peppermint extract. The recipe also calls for chopped pecans, but I did not do that at all. Okay, so it's 1 cup of flour, then sour cream, then the other cup of flour, and you get a very, very sticky mixture. And the recipe knows that it's extremely sticky. Hannah suggests freezing it, right? She says, if it's too sticky for you to work with, chill for a half hour and try again. Okay, so I guess just putting it in the freezer for a half hour will make it less sticky. You'd think that chilling it would make it harder to move. Whatever. I had my daughter make a bunch of balls of cookie dough using the tablespoon measurer. So here are 12 of them going in the oven. You cook in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. This is what it looked like coming out. They're very soft and puffy. I really like the softness of the cookies. They're great. But because they were so puffy, I had her smash the next batch. And they came out looking like this. More flat. And yeah, it was really hard to get any of the sticky dough out. It was definitely a struggle. And then the final set of cookies looked like this. So that's 31 cookies in total. 31 cookies in total. The recipe itself says, haha, you get 6 dozen cookies. You get 72 cookies. No, it's 30 cookies. Yeah, it's not 70, it's 30. That you're off, like, by a huge amount. The recipe also includes a recipe for chocolate butter frosting. Honestly, I don't think the cookies need frosting. They taste better without frosting. I really like the minty flavor and the softness of the cookie. I think frosting would ruin it. I did put frosting on one, and I'm like, nope, cookies taste better without frosting. But if you're super interested in the frosting recipe, it's 2 ounces of baking chocolate, a 1/3 cup of butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and then 2 tablespoons of cream, or milk if you don't have cream. The Hannah Swenson series has a bunch of different variations on chocolate frosting. So like, instead of using baking chocolate, melting that, sometimes it says, oh, well, just melt chocolate chips. Or other times it will say, hey, take powdered chocolate, and that will kind of replace the powdered sugar. And I think one time it had that fancy kind of oil instead of the cream or milk. There's just several variations on how you can do frosting, and really, it's not that tough to find chocolate frosting in a store. It's very easy, especially compared to finding chocolate extract and peppermint extract. Alright, so that is my video for the chocolate mint Softies as seen in Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, a Hannah Swenson mystery. Thanks for watching this. You can watch my review for every single book in the Hannah Swenson series over on my book review channel, and check out the rest of my cooking videos. I've cooked several of the Hannah Swenson recipes here on my little Arglefumph Cook show, including 2 easy hot dish and easy lasagna, and I swear I've cooked another Hannah Swenson recipe which doesn't have easy in the title.